What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So pretty much what we're going to be working on this video today is pretty much trying to see if we can get some work done on the all-wheel drive EK sedan. But first we got to do some work to the Toyota Tundra, my daily driver truck. As you guys know, before you guys seen, I replaced the hub bearings. The bearings actually took a shit on me again. I'm not sure exactly the reason why. Maybe it's because the wheels are too heavy for this vehicle, as they are bigger wheels. But they're still almost same size and everything else as far as the rim size. Tires are bigger because they are all-terrain tires. But hopefully in this video we'll be able to start working on the all-wheel drive EK swapped sedan. So that way, my goal for this is actually to be able to start mocking up the whole intercooler setup along with the radiator setup and leave enough room for a condenser to fit in it. I went to this past show this past weekend and I actually ran into a guy that had an ITR Integra, and he actually had a tucked Harlines AC unit. So I reached out to him for some information on how we're gonna do it, and he's gonna help me out with it. So he's gonna see if he can actually help me out with it because he does live in Mexicali. So basically he drove from Mexicali all the way down to the USDM Honda Los Angeles meet, the invitational one. So he's gonna see if he can get me some pointers on it and see if he can get me some information on where he got them bent at and see if they're willing to do that kind of stuff and help me out. So that way we can get the AC setup pretty much situated as far as the lines. But first I need to get the intercooler, radiator, and the condenser put in. I think I'm probably gonna be running an Integra condenser, so that way it's a full size and it'll give me a little bit more cooling. But let's just see how far we get along. Also in this video I'll be addressing the right-hand drive DA7. On the right-hand drive DA7, as you guys can see, I did swap out the wheels. The Mugen M7s are no longer on the wheels, as I've taken them off because I was actually just really destroying my M7s. So I did put those SSR spinner spokes on the right-hand drive, and I think they look very good, with the exception of one thing. Looks like it appears to be that I have a bent wheel. So I'll be addressing that in this video also and see if it is bent or see what's wrong with it. Because the tires are actually too big for the car, but I do like that setup. I do like a beefier tire with an old school wheel. It just, for me, it just goes way better for me compared to being fully slammed and everything else, because I don't want to ruin my exhaust setup and I really don't want to ruin my front lip either. But we'll be adjusting that and see how far, basically we'll see how far we get along. But the main goal is actually to start working on the all-wheel drive EK sedan, and then also get work done on my Tundra. So I pretty much moved everything out of the way. I need to pretty much adjust my garage real quick because my garage is horrendous. And so I'm gonna put some of the stuff away. I'm gonna get to cleaning it. I'm not gonna record any of that stuff. I just really want to get to it, and we'll pick up on the Toyota Tundra, and then from there we'll see if we can move on to the all-wheel drive EK and at least get started on that, at least by the end of the video or whatever. But let's just see what progress we can make today. So enjoy, guys. Alright guys, so here we got the new hubs for the truck. So I'm pretty much gonna get it just opened up, and I'm just gonna honestly probably put it on the time lapse because I don't want to drag this video out. So let's just get to it. Cut away from yourself, not to yourself. Dana, ever since I heard that, you messed me up, bro. So here, we got the new hub set up. So it is a full-on setup. Toyota sells it piece by piece, where you gotta replace the whole hub, remove the whole front end or whatever. But I decided to do this route. So let's just get to it. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a time lapse now, and we'll just get to it. So okay, so pretty much wheels, hub bearing on this side, on the passenger side is done now. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other one. I'm not gonna record that one, it's a repetitive process. So I'm just gonna put this back together and we'll get to the other one. So what's up, guys? So now we're gonna do the driver's side. I'm not gonna record it, I'm just gonna go, let's just pretty much just do a quick transition. Ready? See you guys, there you go. Driver's side down now. I'm gonna go ahead and replace the rear shocks on this one. And then from there, the right-hand drive Integra will pretty much be pretty easy to do. As you guys can see, it's just really just checking out the rear end of that side, of the driver's side, which is the passenger USDM side. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to that after. Let me go ahead and finish this up real quick, and then we'll pick it back up on the right-hand drive Integra. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So pretty much change of plans. My wife brought to my attention that she needed her motor mounts changed. They've been in the back of the truck for about, over a year. And yeah, they need to be replaced. So this is the old one, which is, you guys can see, pretty much just fucking done. But I'm gonna go ahead and replace the ones that need to be replaced. The the front one and the back one doesn't need to be replaced, as those are more of a cushioning. The side ones are the ones that need to be replaced. So I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing, is just replacing it. I've already gotten started on it, so I'm just gonna finish it up as fast as I can. So let me go ahead and do this so we can make some progress on the EK. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today's a new day. A couple days has gone by, and honestly I've just been really trying to catch up on a lot of stuff here at home. As you guys seen on the last video, pretty much I started off by replacing the front hubs on my truck, and then also my wife, since she's seen me already at pretty much doing mechanic shit, she pretty much just got to me and asked me to change her motor mounts. I did replace 3 of the 5 motor mounts that are in that car, to replace the 2 sides and the one that's actually in the back. They were the main issues of the motor rocking back and forth and going up and down. So pretty much I just got that done and handled with. And a few days has gone by, honestly. It's not that I've been lazy or anything like that, I've just been waiting for parts to come in for this car. I did manage to order a bunch of parts for this car. Hopefully we can keep the ball rolling and a couple of videos rolling. That's the main goal for this. But what I'm gonna try to do right now is actually get my garage back in order. I have a huge mess. I have things everywhere. Both sides of the car are pretty much filled and doesn't really give me any space. So I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much just clean this bay up. I mean, not the bay, the garage up. Make it a lot more accessible. Put my tools back to where they go, so that way I don't lose any tools. But I also managed to pretty much swap out the wheels on the right-hand drive Integra. As you guys seen before, the car actually had the Mugen M7s on it, and I actually replaced them with my SSR spinner spokes. These are the wheels that I decided to go with the car for now. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not really digging the way the car looks with these wheels on. I have a feeling that I may just end up swapping out the wheels to a different set of wheels. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. I took off the other wheels, the Mugens, because I was really beating on them with daily driving this car and everything else. And at the end of the day, I thought these wheels were gonna look a lot better than what they did, or than what they do. And unfortunately, they just don't look good to me. Maybe it's the size of the tire. I think that's the main issue. These are on 205/50/15s, and I think I really need to go down to a 195/50, or I may need to go down to a 165/50 and honestly just slam the car. But I really don't want to do that either. But at the end of the day, I did remove the Mugens, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and possibly send them out to get them redone. as I had the other wheels redone. I'm still debating whether I'm going to sell them or not, but we'll decide that when it comes down later on. I have had a lot of offers on these. I do have an offer right now standing of $7,500, but at the end of the day, my price is a little higher than that, and I really don't want to settle for less because I won't be able to find another set of wheels like these again. And honestly, I'm really attached to them because one of the dream wheels that I've ever really wanted. But at the end of the day, I really want to try to quit talking and getting things done. I want to be able to try to get as much done as possible. So let me go ahead and clean this garage up, and then we'll go ahead and pick up and hopefully start fitting the intercooler and the radiator. And I also did order the AC tuck for this car, so that way we can get the ball rolling on that also. So follow along and let's just pretty much get things going. So what I end up doing is making these brackets. They're about 5 inches. I'm gonna add another drill section. So just in case it's too far out, I can adjust it and I can go in more if I need to. So I'm gonna add another one so that I can bring it in. I'll do it to both of them. This is where I'm gonna mount it to the core support, the bottom of the radiator support, and this is where it's gonna mount to the intercooler. So pretty much this is what I'm gonna be doing. I marked the spots. I'm gonna end up adding a riv nut to this, so I'm gonna drill these out. The radiator, the intercooler is gonna sit more offset, just due to the fact that I need the intercooler piping to be able to run smoothly in this section. And also I need to create a gap back here, which I do have now, so that way all the AC lines can run on the side of all this. I'm gonna be getting custom tubular front bumper support, so that way it gives me more room compared to the stock square one. So let me go ahead and drill these out, put riv nuts in them, and then that way we can get the intercooler mocked up, and then that way we can start working on the radiator setup. So guys, here you guys go. Intercooler is mocked up. By the angles of it, it looks like it's very crooked. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can always adjust it this way, but as you guys can see, it's pretty much sticking out pretty bad from there. I think what I'm going to end up doing is making some other support brackets up here so that I can screw it in here on top of the radiator support down to these mounts, so that it'll secure it more. But either way, it's still secure, and I'll be making another bracket that way it clamps with the tucked radiator and the condenser. So hopefully we can get all that to fit inside also. But right now what I'm going to go ahead and do is just clean up this mess that I have real quick so that I don't get all the shavings all over me. And then I'm going to go ahead and try the bumper to see what I need to do, see if it'll by any chance will clear. And if not, like I stated, I'm going to be making other holes inside of those brackets so that way I can place it in different locations if I need to. But let's just go ahead and get to it. What's up, guys? So pretty much it looks like we still had an issue with the intercooler, and I think what I'm going to have to do is switch the brackets underneath, and that way I can get them to fit perfectly fine with the bumper on. So I'm going to have to weld one of them. One of them's going to be bolted in. I may just weld it into place also, so that way they're just there. And if I need to cut them off, then I'll cut them off later on in the future if I decide to upgrade the intercooler. But I have this little MIG machine. I'm just going to see if it works, and if I can get it welded, then we're good. What's up, guys? So pretty much I've just been grinding away on this. I did get the brackets welded, as you guys seen on the last clip. These brackets down here for the intercooler are now on the bottom of the radiator support, so that way it gives me more clearance for the bumper, because it looks like it was hitting where the grill mounts up to the bumper. So the intercooler will sit down a little bit lower. It is trimmed out a little bit, but either way, remember guys, the bumper is not the one that's going to be used. That is not the one that's going to be used. I just want to make sure to know what I need to get done on the new bumper once we get those. But yeah, so pretty much I'm just going to go ahead and cut these brackets. And when I welded it, the only way to weld it was put the bracket on the bottom, make the rivet on the bottom also. And unfortunately I couldn't go more in because there's a reinforcement down here on this side. So I would have had to either taken it off so that I can get to this metal. I decided just to weld it there, make the hole, and that way put a rivet nut in it and do it that way. And pretty much I had to make a third hole on this bracket, so I'm just going to end up cutting this part off here and that one over there also. The first one, so that way it's all even. These are all spaced out evenly from here to here on both sides, and the intercooler mounts up perfectly fine now. So I'm just going to go ahead and chop that right now, mount the intercooler again, put the bumper back on. But before we do that, I want to get to something, you guys. I did make a crucial mistake on this AC setup. In order for me to run this AC setup, I did not realize that unfortunately I cannot run the Z3 compressor for this swap. Even though this is a Z3 swap, I cannot run it with the DC5 Creation one. It has to be an A2 or A3 or a Z1, a Type S1. Those are the only ones that work for this swap. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to look for a new compressor and also the bracket that mounts to the block. There's a bracket that goes to the bottom here that mounts, and unfortunately I lost it. I'm not sure if where I put it at or misplaced it. I'm going to look for it and see if I can find it. But until then, the AC stuff is pretty much on hold, and due to the fact that I made a mistake thinking that I can run this and I wasn't going to have to run a different one. But then there's also another issue, and that issue is the tuck radiator. Thinking about where the AC setup goes and everything else and how far the tuck radiator has to sit forward, it's probably going to interfere with the AC compressor, and that's something that I do not want to risk. So I would rather honestly just sell the tuck radiator, and I think that's the route I'm just going to end up doing. Selling that tuck radiator, swapping over to regular hoses on this, which isn't an issue. I think it'll probably look a little bit cleaner, but at the end of the day, it'll make it easier for swapping out, just in case I do have any issues down the road, instead of having to build an AN line or getting towed home because AN fitting broke or something, you know. But I think what I'm going to end up doing now, guys, is pretty much wrapping up this video after I cut these brackets, get the bumper fitted, and make sure that the intercooler and everything else clears, and then we'll go ahead and show you guys the end product after that. So just stay tuned. So it looks like we still have issues. I'm not sure what's going on here, but yeah, as you guys can see, it's not lining up. Some of these holes are gonna have to be redone again because I did drill them wrong in the beginning. But when I did the shave tuck and everything else to shave the bay, the guy accidentally covered up these holes which weren't supposed to be covered up. But I'm not sure what's going on here now, in all honesty, of why it won't fit, but or what's going on, but it's like it's just missing. I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure this out. But again, guys, let's just see what we can continue doing. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So pretty much I just wanted to come on here again to end the video and give you guys a better view of what I was talking about, of how I dropped the ball. And hopefully I can find a solution for this as soon as possible so we can continue making progress on the AC setup along with the cooling system. So the main issue right now that I'm having is finding a A2 AC compressor. I cannot use the Z3 one because I guess it doesn't work for the DC5 Creations AC tuck kit, because of the way the lines are mounted onto the compressor. This one will pretty much work, I believe, but this one will not because it's on the side of it. The other ones mount on top of the housing, and that's the way their lines also go. So that is the main reason why I cannot use it. I'm going to be searching for a new one along with the bracket because I misplaced mine in the storage. I don't know where I put it at, but we'll find that hopefully soon so we can continue making progress on it and pretty much get everything situated once the line system from DC5 Creations comes in. But to also give you guys a better understanding is I need to mount it in position because I need to see if this radiator is going to work before I really either sell this one and move to a half size. I'm kind of really debating on just giving up on the tuck radiator. I love the way it looks and it will cool down a lot more the car. But at the end of the day, I think I'm really just gonna go with the half size because it will let me mount a fan to the condenser that comes with the AC tuck. And the AC tuck that comes with it, I guess you can say the condenser that comes with that tuck kit has a built-in dryer. So that gives it the canister more on this side of the car. So it'll take up real estate right here. So if I go to a half size radiator, I can switch more this way to cover up here, and I can still have room for the intercooler piping to come from the hot and the cold side straight through and follow through to the turbo setup. And that way I can still put a fan on the condenser so that way it can cool it down and turn on when we turn on the AC system. So hopefully this gives you guys a better understanding of what I was talking about and how I dropped the ball. I didn't really realize that I didn't have the alternator or the compressor on the block. It completely slipped my mind because my concentration honestly was just trying to get the intercooler, the tuck radiator, and when the condenser comes in, fully mocked up. And I did not take in consideration, not even realizing I didn't have those parts put onto the block. It was a lesson learned, and hopefully I don't make the same mistake later on when it's coming time to doing other stuff. I'm really gonna try to jot things down and make sure that everything goes smooth from now on. But again, guys, I think with that being said, I think that's where we're gonna end this video. I really wanna say thank you guys for watching, tuning in, and please let me know what you guys think about the build so far. And also, please like, subscribe, and share the video. It will really help me out a lot to keep the flow going. Just seeing the videos, just seeing you guys watch the videos makes me want to make more content. So with that being said, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next video. Till next time.